Welcome back to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and I was just wondering, why do almost human faces creep us out more than obvious robots? Pack your bags, we're headed into the Uncanny Valley. Like and subscribe right now if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day. What is it about lifelike robots or CGI characters that just feels wrong? Like, why do almost perfect human faces give us the creeps? That eerie, unsettling feeling has a name. It's the Uncanny Valley. The term was coined in 1970 by Japanese roboticist Masahiro Mori. Mori was studying human reactions to robots as they became more lifelike. He noticed that as a robot's appearance became more human-like, people felt more comfortable around it until it got too close to a human appearing. Then instead of feeling warm and fuzzy, people felt uneasy, creeped out, or even repulsed or angry. It's like a roller coaster graph that rises as robots get more human-like and then suddenly plunges into a valley of discomfort, and that drop is what Mori called the Uncanny Valley. Why do we feel it? Well, there are a few theories, all right? One explanation is evolutionary. We're wired to notice things that are off, especially when it comes to other humans. Like, imagine you're walking through the woods and you spot something that looks almost human but not quite, all right? That's terrifying by itself. For some reason, that just creeps me out. Like, the brain registers it as a potential threat. Like, is it a corpse? Is it a predator? Or is it something diseased or sick, you know? It's a survival response. That's why zombies, lifelike masks, mannequins, and creepy dolls all hit that same unsettling nerve. They look human, but there's something dead about them. Another theory involves cognitive dissonance. We're experts at reading human faces, right? And detecting emotions and tensions, all that subtle stuff. But when a face looks human but moves unnaturally, our brains can't reconcile the mismatch. It's a glitch in the matrix. Your brain says, that's a face, but the movement is stiff or jerky, and suddenly your brain's like, nope, abort mission. You know, it's why CGI faces in early movies like the Polar Express were so unsettling. You know, they looked close to human, but not close enough. And that's why, as Pixar movies like get more and more realistic, looking like the texture of hair or the movement of water, all of this stuff, the human characters still look cartoonish, and that is intentional. We don't feel threatened or repulsed by the cartoonish versions. I said virgins. We don't get threatened or repulsed by the cartoonish versions, right? And then there's an empathy gap. And when we see a face, we expect it to act human, to emote, to connect. But when a robot or CGI character gets close but not close enough, it triggers discomfort. It's almost human, but it lacks warmth, you know, like a smiling ventriloquist dummy. And it's why deepfakes and hyper-realistic androids can be so unsettling as well. They're right on the edge of human, but just far enough away to give us the chills, like your instincts are telling you, do not have sex with that. Do not mate. Like, danger, danger, danger. Put your pants on, freak. The Uncanny Valley effect isn't just theoretical, it's been tested. In 2011, researchers created a robot named Replique Q2, and she was designed, I don't know what I'm saying that, see, it's freaking my mind out. It was designed to look like a human woman. I'll put a picture up. The robot was lifelike enough to cause major discomfort in people who interacted with it. Just look at that beauty. You be the judge. Too much Botox and filler, maybe? I don't know. There are people, I swear, around LA that are starting to give me the Uncanny Valley effect. I will be honest with you. But in another study in 2015, scientists found that hyper-realistic androids elicited fear and unease in participants, especially when they spoke or moved too stiffly. We don't like to see that, you know? It just creeps you out. It's unnatural movements. You don't like to see that very much. So what's wrong with that person? But the Uncanny Valley isn't just about robots. It's about anything that looks almost human. You know, you think about animatronics at theme parks like the Hall of Presidents. Ah, dear me. Our CGI characters in movies also, they try to look real, but they miss the mark. Like I mentioned, those dead-eyed children in Polar Express. Prosthetic limbs even can trigger the effect if they're too lifelike but don't move naturally. So why does any of this matter? Well, because as AI and robotics advance, the Uncanny Valley is becoming harder to avoid. VR and AR developers are constantly trying to reduce that eerie feeling in virtual avatars. So AI-generated faces are getting more realistic, but that also makes them creepier when they're almost but not quite human. If developers can't nail that balance, people might reject otherwise useful technology, from humanoid robots meant to assist the elderly to realistic avatars and virtual therapy. And in the wrong hands, hyper-realistic deepfakes could be weaponized to manipulate and deceive. So yeah, it's not just about creepy CGI anymore. It's about how we connect, trust, and discern what's real in a world where the lines are constantly blurring. And here's the real kicker. Mori's Uncanny Valley theory is now over 50 years old. Ugh, can't believe 1970 is 50 years ago. It's 30 years ago, right? Please. But it's still shaping how we design robots, CGI, and even video game characters. And the goal is to make them human enough to be relatable, but not so human that they plunge into the valley. So the next time you see a robot that almost looks human, or a CGI character that's just a little too perfect, remember your brain is just trying to tell you that something isn't quite right. It's almost but not quite feeling that keeps us hovering at the edge of the uncanny valley. Thank you to all my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Please leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe, share this with someone who likes this sort of thing. Let me know if you work with this sort of thing, and let me know what any developments are, the current development, the current philosophy, the psychology behind it all. I'd be very fascinated to know. Go check out the 1-minute version at Smartest Year Ever on your favorite social media site. I'm there across the board at Smartest Year Ever. You can check out the 1-minute version of this and other clips. In the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.